Okay. Welcome to the NCAA March Madness first round press conference with UCLA. We are joined by Charisma Osborne and Kiki Rice. We are also joined by head coach Corey Close. We ask that you please only ask questions when you have the microphone in your hand and that you state your name and publication. If you have joined us through Zoom tonight, please ask your questions in the chat and include your publication as well. Thank you, and we will start with questions for the athletes.
Tuking to win LA Times for Charisma. We talked this week about playing in like a normal tournament for the first time. So what was it like getting to play in this normal tournament game?
It was fun. I was having so much fun. Even before the game, like we were having so much fun in the locker room. And when we came out, just like the energy, seeing so many people out there. I know we were all just super excited to finally play. It's been a while. But it's just been so exciting, like playing, and it's everyone's first time on the team really going through the tournament for the first time. So it was fun. I had fun.
Sabrina Merchant, The Athletic. It seems like you guys had some extra energy to start. Like, was that just, the buildup of waiting a week? Or, Kiki, even that and one at the beginning, like, you were pretty animated, so.
Yeah, in pregame warm-ups before when we were in the locker room just hanging out, we were just excited. I think we were playing music, we were having fun, we were just getting ready, and I think, we had the whole day to wait, so a lot of, built-up excitement. So we were just excited to get out there and handle the first game.
Charisma, you mentioned no one on this team really having a lot of NCAA experience. Did you address potential nerves at all this week, or was it just kind of business as usual?
Yeah, I think we did. We talked about pressure a lot this week and how we can attack it and apply it, and I think we did that tonight. That was like a big key to our scouting report, just applying pressure on defense. So I wasn't nervous. Were you nervous?
No, not really.
Yeah. No, I wasn't really nervous today. I think we were all just super excited to finally play again. Is it hard staying quiet?
Joe Reedy, AP. For Charisma and Kiki, how many of the games did you watch during the afternoon and seeing all the comebacks and rallies and everything? How much of a point was it to get out to that big lead, but also just to keep the foot on the pedal?
Yeah, also I watched almost all of them, and a lot of the we watched both women's and men's, and all the just a bunch of them, and then so we knew that there's every team that in March Madness is a great team, so can't take anyone lightly, and we knew we had to come out strong, but it was a good way to kind of throughout the day, because we didn't play till 8:30, to just get my mind off the game and just do other things, just to enjoy other fun basketball games.
And I think our team did a good job of being able to watch those games, but then when it was time for us to play, to really just lock into our game and what we needed to do to win.
Hi, Haley Sawyer, SoCal News Group. Charisma, I think you were out there with all freshmen on the court at one point. So just how does that, deep, long bench really give you some versatility, especially with all those freshmen?
I didn't even notice, so that's a testament to them. They're playing like vets now, so it is super cool, though, having all freshmen out there, and I don't think any other team really in the country is able to do that. So, yeah, I think they played really great tonight, and I think everyone actually played pretty well. But it was super fun out there with them, and I'm excited that they're out here experiencing March Madness.
Hello, Jeremiah from News for Us Online. You guys had a huge defensive performance today, and you guys allowed 0 points off of fast breaks for Sacramento State. What can you say in terms of your defensive performance tonight?
They're not talking to me.
I think that was a key, two of our keys for the game. One was just applying pressure, and then the other one was ball screen defense. So I think we always talk about defense being our anchor. So I think everyone took that to heart, and we knew that if we were going to win and win by a lot, we need to play defense, and that's going to be a key to every game moving forward. So just keeping that in the back of our minds, that defense is going to win us games.
For Charisma, it's David Yapkowitz from The Next. You've talked a lot about how happy you are to have somebody like Kiki, alongside you, so you don't have to bring the ball up so much, have the ball in your hands. But, you had the ball in your hands a lot tonight, 5 assists. Just How has that part of your game just kind of developed over the years? You know, you being, you know, a primary playmaker, and as the tournament, you know, as you guys advance as one of the leaders on the team, you know, do you kind of see yourself, you know, having the ball in your hands a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, the last 2 years I've gotten a lot of experience, and I'm grateful for that now. But yeah, I like having the ball in my hands, and I like making plays for my teammates, and like I don't always have to score. So if I can get other people's shots and do things to impact the game, then I'm going to try to do that for my team.
Gavin Carlson, Daily Bruin. For Kiki, I remember there was games earlier in the season where you might have only taken a couple shots throughout the game or something like that. 10 points in the first quarter here tonight. You looked like you were really aggressive from the start. How do you feel you've grown confidence-wise in terms of, you know, maybe not waiting to feel out the game and sort of just being confident enough to, from the get-go, attacking and being yourself?
Yeah, I think throughout the season my confidence has just gone up, and I think as I've, you know, gotten more experience playing games and knowing like what my team needs from me, I'm just, you know, reading the game and basing it off that. I think I had some, you know, open lanes in there in the beginning that I took because I thought I had a mismatch or could score on my defender, but I think I definitely have a lot of confidence going into NCAA tournament. So, you know, thankful for my teammates and coaches and everyone who's, you know, helped me to get to this point and kind of grow my confidence.
Haley again, SoCal News Group. I've heard that you guys are trying to get Emily Bessoir to be a little bit more aggressive, but how does her like calmness kind of work in your guys' favor in games like this?
Yeah. Okay.
Either or. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Em's like such a sweet girl, and I think like sometimes, you know, maybe at the beginning she's not super aggressive or not always like hunting her shot just because she's trying to get everyone else involved. But we know how lethal Em can be out there, and when she's hitting shots and when she's playing great, our team is so much better. So I think it's just, you know, giving her that green light, and she knows that, you know, whatever shot she takes, we all think it's going in. If it doesn't, we have her back. So.
And she's wearing the bun now, so
Yeah.
she's been aggressive. She's just been playing really well in the bun, so we're like, keep the bun every game. So she's been wearing the bun since the Pac-12 tournament, and yeah, messy bun.
You guys have seemed really relaxed the past couple days, because even the first 5 minutes of practice yesterday, kind of at center court, dance party broke out. I mean, is that something that you guys usually do before practice, or it's just something that just because you guys were incredibly loose and relaxed did it yesterday?
I mean, I think we always have a lot of fun. We're always pretty relaxed, but we've also like it feels like we haven't played in a while, and it's been like we've had a lot of practices and just we were just excited to finally have a game. So I think there's a lot of excitement going up to this game and all the prep, and we've had really good practices. So it's just been, you know, a lot of fun these past few days.
And Coach Corey initiated that.
Yeah.
But I think, too, it's still important to remember, like, this is fun. Like, we want to have fun and not have it be so serious all the time. So I love that our team can do that and still be focused when we have to practice, but also still have so much fun and dance and make jokes and things like that.
All right, we have time for one last question.
What's happening out there?
Charisma, now you get to play one more game in Poly. What has it meant to you to play in this building for the last 4 years?
Yeah, it means a lot. Poly, obviously, there's so many historical things that have happened here before. So it's super cool to play in here. And honestly, I'm probably biased, but I do think it's the prettiest gym in the country. And it's just so fun to play with my teammates, have the coaches there, have my family here, and all the fans. And I just have been enjoying playing here so much. And it means a lot. And I'm super excited for the future, super excited to continue in the tournament.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You guys can go. I have to stay. Yeah, they did a great job. They're pretty good.
Thank you.
All right, so we are going to start with an opening statement from Coach Close, and then we will get to questions in the room.
I think that, I think the thing I'm most proud of is our preparation. I think that this team has been a great learning team. And you asked about the dance party. I think that it's my responsibility as a coach to learn about this particular group with every experience we have together. And, candidly, I wish I had handled the day before the championship game a little differently. And I learned about them that, I don't need to motivate them to work hard. This group is a really hardworking group. I know they want it. I think the 48 hours between when we beat one in the semifinals and we're playing in the finals, we got tense. And I think we didn't play our best basketball in that final because we were putting more, as the day went on, we were putting more and more pressure on ourselves. And I think that was a very conscious choice on our staff's part, that if we kept preparing with great focus, then we also needed to bring great joy. And I think that balance is really, really important. And that was the key for me tonight, was I thought we played with really good preparation and focus, but we also tried to enjoy the moments. And, I think that came out. I thought Charisma, she's probably one of the ones that puts the most pressure on herself. And I thought she was the most consistent. And she wasn't scoring at first, but they were sending lots of people to her. That's why she had 5 assists, 0 turnovers. 12 rebounds, 11 points. But to me, her plus-minus was the top on the team at plus 22. And I think that's really speaks volumes. She made winning plays. So, we knew that Sacramento State was a really lethal offensive team, and I think holding them to only 4 threes was really, really important, and out-rebounding them by 15 was really important. So it's going to be a completely different game on Monday, but we're excited to be 1-0 and have another opportunity to play.
Coach, usually I ask you what kind of things you liked out of the game, but it seems like maybe you guys have taken more of a mental jump than even a statistical jump tonight. Like going back about a month and a half ago to the 3 losses in a row, how is today's UCLA Bruins different than that team?
Well, I think our identity is more solidified. So I think we were making enough winning plays in those 3 games to win, but we weren't solid enough on our identity to make the ones that were right for us down the stretch. And I think through that experience, we've really said, hey, when the pressure comes, what's good for us? What are the things that we can slip up in, and how do we protect ourselves against that? And then also, when are we at our best? And in those moments, what are going to be our go-to things? And what's our identity in those pressurized moments? And so I think we've worked really, really hard at that. And it hasn't been easy, but I think we are more confident in who we are and when we're at our best.
And I know you haven't, Coach Shannon and Coach Tasha were scouting very seriously there. I know you haven't had a chance to watch all that yet, but
I was watching back there every play. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, good. Okay. So how are you guys going to prepare to face a team like Oklahoma?
Well,
that's also loaded.
Yeah, completely different. So Sac State was one of the slowest paced teams, very methodical on the offensive end, and we were trying to speed them up, right, in everything that we did. It is the absolute opposite. Oklahoma is one of the most fast-paced teams. Really good offensive team. I think about 83 points a game they average. I mean, they're really, really good. So an absolute different game plan. First of all, credit to the job that Jenny's done with that group. I mean, I think she's a superb coach. I've been watching her teams. I've been preparing along the way, and I've watched several films, and she just does an excellent job. And they sort of play small ball. They're long, but they don't have like a 6'5" post player that's like really dominant that they're going to play through, but all of them are versatile. And obviously they all shoot the 3. It's just it's going to be so important that we limit their transition points, limit threes, and that we really control possessions on the defensive end.
Hey, Coach. You have a legitimately, 10 deep roster. You played all 10 available players today. Like Sacramento State only played, 7, 8 players. For most teams, have shorter rotations. What kind of goes into managing, having such a deep rotation like that? And, as you continue to advance, what are some of the advantages to having such a deep rotation?
Well, when you look at, the NCAA tournament, how many times have you already seen in the men's and women's tournament, sort of somebody off the bench make a huge spark for a team? I think everybody's got to stay ready, but everybody's also got to stay selfless. And, selflessness is about, hey, what does the team need from me today? And whatever that is, I'm willing to do. Because, maybe it won't be that way. Our game plan really was really good for that today, because we wanted to speed them up. We wanted to press. So we wanted to keep fresh bodies in there to keep that going. And maybe there'll be someone that's really hot, and maybe we won't be able to do that. But what I love about this team is, number one, we have options. Number two, we're selfless. And, and number three, I think that we have so many different weapons that play against different styles. So it may not be the same every single game through the tournament. But right now, I just want to make sure that we're mentally prepared and that we're completely selfless, and then we'll see what the game brings.
Corey, the last couple of weeks, has the game slowed down for Kiki where everything is finally coming into focus, or just for her coming in as a second-ranked player, did we over-expect kind of what she was going to do this year?
Well, also on top of it, she started out like gangbusters, right? And then, then you're going to be the center of everybody's scouting report. And so, welcome to college basketball. And now you got to sort of regroup. I think every single one of our freshmen, and I think every freshman across the country, hits a wall. And this is a new experience, and they get exposed on bad habits that they didn't even know they had. And, you have to battle to get your confidence back. You've never had to wrestle with that because you've always been the best player. And I think every single one of our freshmen have had that at different times. But for Kiki, it sort of happened right in the middle of Pac-12 play. And, what's so great about Kiki is she has such relentless work ethic that I think eventually all of that preparation, all of that hard work, all the extra work, I have to kick her out of the gym, all the time. And I also want to give a ton of credit to Coach Tasha on our staff. She does a lot of work one-on-one with Kiki. And I just think they've been working a ton on what are hunting shots. I think she was just not really confident about what's mine and what can I go get? And it was sort of like she was sort of a paralysis by analysis, she just was over-analyzing everything. And I think, she just had to, the game had to slow down before it could speed up. And I think she just had to go through that learning process. But she's relentless, and she's really smart. She's really intellectual. She studies the game. I watched film a few days ago with Gina and Kiki, and we didn't finish. And they said, Coach, will you meet us again? We'll be here at 6 p.m. tomorrow night. Can we finish these film clips from the Pac-12 tournament? And that's just how she is. And that's how, I think she's being rewarded by that work.
Time for one more question.
Jeremiah from News Source Online again. So after almost more than a 20-point victory in the first round, are you worried at all about making sure your team stays hungry?
No. How about that for an answer? I just think the reality is that the next time you're not hungry, you go home. And so we want to keep playing. And, so our focus is completely on whatever it takes to become 1-0 again. And this team really wants to do great things. And so we're going to have to play better than we did tonight to beat Oklahoma. And we're going to have to get better. And we're going to have to continue to fight to be us and to play to our identity. But this team is hungry, and I'm not worried about that at all. And before I let you all go, I just want to thank you guys. We had a nice crowd here tonight. We're going to need more. Just your coverage and the way that you guys have sort of created some buzz around this weekend is really meaningful to us, and it's meaningful to our game. And so just really thank you guys for telling the stories. Thank you for being here tonight. I know it's late. We're the last game here. So thank you for staying the course, and thanks for helping grow our game. Appreciate you all.
Thank you, Coach. UCLA has it on the locker room for 10 more minutes. Sacramento State is on the way in. If you'd like to go to UCLA's locker room,
Welcome to the NCAA March Madness first round press conference with Sacramento State. We are joined by Kalasia Dean and Isnel Nautenbo. We ask that you please only ask questions when you have the microphone in your hand and state your name and publication. If you have joined us tonight through Zoom, we also ask that you ask your questions in the chat and state your publication as well. We will begin with questions for the athletes.
Joe Reedy, AP, just that first quarter getting behind early, how much of it was tournament nerves or, what UCLA was doing?
We had a lot of talks as a team, as the players between each other and with staff about how we are able to control our nerves, and there are going to be mistakes. We still need to be able to weather the storm and settle into our offense. So we kept reminding ourselves, players who were on the court and players who were on the bench, that we still have a chance to have the game under control.
I would say the same, just nerves, talking to each other every play, every breakdown that we just got to calm down. And once, just settle, it's a big game of basketball, settle down. And just making sure we play our offense. I think in the first quarter we may have, even myself, went for forcing some shots when we should have just played our offense. But, yeah, it's just first quarter nerves, and we were able to get over that.
And just first trip to the tournament, I know it wasn't the result that you guys wanted, but just the whole experience, and how do you think this will help in the future?
I think it's very bittersweet. Getting this far for Sac State is something that's done in program history now. It's setting a standard and setting the bar for the next incoming players, and the freshmen that we have now, just let them know, what a standard is, and allows for Sac State to keep getting better.
Sarah Nevis, Sacramento Bee. How tough was UCLA's defense, and how good do you think the team can be next year?
I would say, it's UCLA. They're a great team in and out. They have great guards, great posts. They're long. So just working off them, getting switch of screens and having to find the post up, when it comes to getting trapped. They're big players. They played a great game. And as far as, the team for next year, I think it's going to be great. And with Mark being her first year having to break program history and continue to, I think it's going to continue to happen. People keep buying into his program, keep buying into what he has to say. He's a great coach, and I think he's only going to get better from here on out.
I agree with Kalasia. This was a great game as an experience for all of us, and I'm so grateful that we have the chance to experience high-level team. And I think we thought a great fight, and I'm so proud of my team and our staff, how we handled this challenge.
Hi, Haley Sawyer, SoCal News Group. UCLA has such a deep bench. I think they played all 10 players tonight. Is there any way that you can physically or mentally prepare for a team that is just going to bring it with every single player that's out there?
I would say just staying poised. We've been playing, this is our 33rd game, so we know some teams are like that where they have a deep bench. So it's just constantly staying poised and knowing personnel, no matter who comes off the bench, knowing what their strong suit is and guarding it that way. And I think that for the most part, that's what it was.
Yes, it's all about our preparation. We were aware that many teams have deeper bench. They go for more players, which just means that we need to remember more of their personnel and be ready for everyone who comes off the bench.
Dylan McNeil, State Hornet. Kalasia, in your first and final year as a Hornet, could you describe the experience for me?
For sure, a blessing in making the decision in the transfer portal. I wouldn't want to spend last year any other way. My 5th year, finally made it to March Madness, finally made it to have a league title, finally was able to win Big Sky Championship. I wouldn't change this for the world. I think just being able to just talk with Mark and even my teammates, it's a special group for sure. To come in with just 3 returners and 9 whole new players, it's would say impossible to get a team to go this far. And, the chemistry we created, the bond created with just players and coaches, it's for sure bittersweet, and I wouldn't want to spend it any other way.
And Izzy, I see you smiling just listening to Kalasia talk. How does it feel having Kalasia just put her all on the court the entire season and coming into a close?
I will say it very shortly and simply. I love her. I am blessed. I am not saying it because it's cool to say it or because it's casual to say it. Oh, all teammates like each other. Yeah, well, let's say it, la la la. I mean it. She's a great person. She's a great player. And as 23-year-old young woman, I have not seen this combination many people. So I'm blessed to share court with this amazing monster combination of awesomeness. And if I could bring her back for 6th year, I would do that. Wherever she would go, I would follow like a tail because she's awesome. And I am blessed to share court with her. I'm blessed to be under her leadership my junior year. So, Katie.
Thank you, Izzy.
You're awesome.
Questions from the room? All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We are now joined by head coach Mark Campbell, and we'll start with an opening statement from the coach and then head to questions from the room.
Well, this has been just an awesome experience for our team and our program. It's the first time our program has had the opportunity to compete in March Madness, and super thankful for this group that they got to experience it. Super thankful that these seniors each got the opportunity to play in March Madness, and didn't end the way we want, but UCLA is a really good ball club and has a great coaching staff, and they did a heck of a job and they earned it today. So just proud of this group, and we accomplished a lot this season.
Coach, Steve Finley from Culver City Observer and Culver City News. Did UCLA do anything that you didn't think they could do? I mean, did they surprise you, or did you expect this?
No, they did not surprise me or us. They're a 4 seed for a reason. They earned it over the course of their season. Last week, I just watched them beat Stanford and Arizona and play for the championship in the Pac-12 tournament. This is a really, really good ball club. And they have an opportunity to make a really deep run in March. But they're good. We were prepared. They didn't do anything different. They just played a good ball game today.
Dylan McNeil, State Hornet. Coach Campbell, when you find yourself down double digits as early as you guys did today, what do you tell to the team, and how do you feel like they responded?
Yeah, you try to win each quarter. This was a new environment, a big-time stage, getting to play at Pauley Pavilion in March Madness and against a really good team. And so coming into this game, regardless of score, we had 4 10-minute wars, and we wanted to compete and take them 10 minutes at the time. And the first quarter got away from us. Credit UCLA. They hit shots, and they got the game going at a tempo that favored them, and we couldn't quite recover. But I'm really proud of the group. I mean, the second quarter we lost by 4, third quarter we lost by 3, and the fourth quarter we lost by 2. But we just took it 10 minutes at a time, and we just couldn't get over the hump. But it's because they're a really good ball club.
Sarah Nevis, the Sacramento Bee. What can your players learn from this game or this experience, and how optimistic are you going into the next season?
Yeah, this experience is priceless. So for all the young kids that are returning next year, to get to see what this stage is, to get to be in this environment, to see what a team like UCLA is up close and personal, that's what inspires your off-season grind and your work ethic. And so this experience, this is how you grow. And this is how you get better, and they got something to chase. And so this is going to help our program get better.
Joe Reedy, AP. Mark, when you took this job 2 years ago, program had 3 wins. Could you have imagined that 2 years in you'd have this quick of a turnaround and be in the tournament?
No. To go from 3 wins to this in 2 years is wasn't planned. But at the same time, you took the job because of the potential that Sac State had, and never had a timeline. You don't put a timeline on young people. You don't put a ceiling on what they can accomplish. But you took the job because you know there was a chance to build something special, and it was at ground zero, and so we were able to attract some just incredible young women that believed in the vision. This senior class, Jordan, has been here for 4 seasons, and literally the kid's seen it all. She's played on a 3-win team, a COVID season, a coaching change, and is part of the best team in program history. And then Kaylin and KD had 1 year left in college, and they took a leap of faith and trusted their last year of college to us. And so it's been a special group, but a mixed bag of kids that we've brought together. And in the locker room just told them, it's a testament to who you guys are to bring 9 new players together, and in year 2 to accomplish what they did. And so it's incredible. It's faster than I would have guessed, but we're not going backwards.
Hi, Haley Sawyer, SoCal News Group. What effect do you think this tournament appearance will have on the program, like long-term in terms of recruiting, maybe getting some transfers, and just overall reputation of the program?
You can't even measure that. There was only 4 teams in California that got to play in this tournament. That's Stanford, UCLA, USC, and Sac State. And there's a lot of colleges in California. And so it shows that you can build an elite mid-major program. And we did that already. And these kids that came here had to take a leap of faith. There was no proof that we were going to win. And so it's a lot easier for the next crop of kids, the recruits and kids in the portal that we'll add to the program. Now it's tangible. Now it's real. And so you just keep building, and you keep trying to find the right kids that fit us. And we've worked really hard to try to find kids that fit our culture and style of play. And my guess is we're going to continue to add players like that. But it's the biggest stage in college athletics. It's a 3-week tournament, 6 games. It's called the Big Dance for a reason. And so it put us on the map and gave us validity to what we're doing.
All right, we have time for one last question.
Make it a good one.
The game had an 8:30 p.m. start time. I don't know how late you're used to playing. Do you like the later games?
Yeah, I don't sleep, so it didn't impact me. And we got college kids. I mean, their nights just getting going at 8:30. So I wish I could use it as an excuse, but it's not. Our kids were juiced. The 8:30 time slot. We were the last game of the first round. And our kids were so excited. It gave us an opportunity to be on ESPN2 in a standalone game. So it was awesome. Super thankful for the opportunity. Super thankful for the time slot. So it worked out. We were hoping to be no home team had won, or nobody had upset a home team host yet. And so we were hoping to be the first one, and we couldn't quite get it done. But no, the time slot had no impact on it. I'm actually thankful for it.
All right, thank you so much, Coach.
Thanks, you guys.